potato. Oh, good. My slow clap processor made it into this thing. So we have that.
This is such a clever idea.
Well, we are going somewhere, alarmingly fast, actually. But since we're not busy other than that, here's a couple of facts. He's not just a regular moron. He's the product of the greatest minds of a generation, working together.
I do love the tone shift here.
of building the dumbest moron who ever
Like, not in the game, but in the way that,
put him in charge of the entire
what's her name, delivers the voice. I can't remember the actress's name.
Ellen McLean.
Ellen McLean. But, like...
She's back to her original Portal voice.
Well, and
Yeah.
also just GLaDOS no longer has any power, and she doesn't pretend to at this point. She still likes to torture Chell, but it's not... It's not from a position of power.
It's such a fucking stroke of genius making a buddy cop with Portal, like, with Chell and GLaDOS in a Portal game.
Also, it's weird to see this scene after playing Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe.
Did you get the
Is this
special?
scene in there? Oh, that's right. The bottomless pit. I thought I had played through everything in Ultra Deluxe, and then I found scenes that I had never seen before, and I was like, the fuck? Now we're in a Half-Life game.
That looked like a Half-Life menu screen when the lights came back up.
Yeah.
Just like the first scene with the big fire to shift the color palette.
Yeah, it is interesting all the little retcons they did between Portal 1 and 2. Like, the facilities are subtly different. Notably, there are like very few velocity puzzles in this game, whereas that was basically everything in Portal 1. And there aren't those like fucking Combine Super Balls either.
No, it's completely different. It's almost kind of like it's like it's a reboot of the Portal series. Like, they were 90s games, and this is like the 2010 entry from the same like development team, where they like kind of finally had the budget to make their vision a reality, so they had to change a bunch of stuff. But like, it's just a few years.
And then Valve never made another video game.
Pretty much. Half-Life Alyx is really good.
Yeah. Oh, there it is.
But it's good in the way that, like, Half-Life 1 sort of, like... Or, like, it's specifically good, like... This is a really amazing, compelling proof of concept. And then there's, like, a lot about it that's kind of janky and stuff, but you can just tell that they're really going to knock it out of the park next time. Except it's for a sphere of gaming that has, like, no future.
Yeah, well, that's the problem with Half-Life Alyx is, like, virtually nobody's played it because the number of people who have VR headsets is, like, maybe 1 to 2% of the users of Steam, so... Not down here.
It's really
Isn't
depressing
it also...
going on... What's up?
Go ahead.
It's really depressing going on, like, VR game websites and just looking at the... Like, today's recommended picks, and it's like 5 early access games from 6 years ago.
Yeah. Or even just trying to
still
play, like,
early access.
Like multiplayer, like multiplayer VR games that are designed for multiplayer, so like they don't have single player components that are from like even 2 or 3 years ago, and there's just nobody playing them anymore. It's like, well,
yeah, there's
like,
no Rainbow Six Siege VR.
Well, yeah, there is one like called Onward, I think. And
no, I'm saying like it exists, but it's not. It doesn't actually have a player base.
Yeah. Where am I aiming?
I did just see they did an update for Phasmophobia VR. I have done Phasmophobia VR co-op with someone besides you.
I was gonna say we did that. I took a
Yeah.
photo of your dead body. Remember?
Yeah, no, I got a friend and we had an even more unsuccessful run.
I don't think I'm maybe not quite as pessimistic about the future of VR as you, Redskar, and I don't think it's dead. But it is kind of in the state where the games that are still actually supported and coming out are largely the games that are also not VR games. Phasmophobia has a way to play it without it being in VR, and that's probably actually the better way to do it, because the VR controls are pretty janky. But
it's not so much that I think it has no features. I think it has no future as a market, and certainly not the multi-billion-dollar market that it was valued as.
There are also still a number of... Why did I get a tutorial prompt for that?
I don't think the game's asked you to hit E very often to do things.
I guess. I had to push that button at the climax of the last chapter, though. Anyway, what were we saying? What was I saying? I don't know.
VR something.
Ooh. Hatch reclusion override. Ooh! Got these old fucking... What are these
Oh, that's
called?
right. It takes two people to do it, so you have to have portals between them.
Oh, yeah, that's right. When did we... I remember getting Glados the potato immediately.
No, it takes a minute.
God, that's a nice lighting model.
And they made the most of it.
Yeah. But yeah, so there are also certain technical limitations for VR that they have not properly resolved. I mean, one of the things is it really fucking sucks to have a cord on your head.
Well, you can play the Quest.
The Quest,
Get a-
but if
get
you
a
don't have a
Quest
cord
2.
attached to the Quest, you can only play the games that can be run on the Quest hardware. And also,
No,
the other
there's
ones
an
are
airplane
not
app.
good.
Yeah, there is a way to do there's a way to do it now with the you can play it cordless without I've done that with friends. Not me playing with it, but a friend of mine has a Rift.
Right, but is it what's the
not
is there
Rift,
no latency? Because I'd heard that was the problem. With
No,
the
there
initial
is.
models.
It's not as great as playing it corded, but he said it was not
It's
bad
minimal.
enough.
Yeah,
So-
you don't get sick.
Okay, that's the big thing.
But even then, that's not there are tons of headsets though that are still supported headsets such as the Valve Index that have no wireless options whatsoever. There's also the inside-out tracking, which again the Oculus is kind of pioneering, but every other attempt to do inside-out tracking that I've seen has just been terrible. So
Now, when you say inside-out tracking, I'm kind
So-
of inferring what that is, but
it's the Quest has cameras on the headset that look at the
Right.
room you're in and say, okay, I'm positioning myself based on landmarks in the room, versus
as
the
opposed to the traditional
original
models, which is you have cameras around the room which point at the headset and show where it is.
Yeah, well, actually, the Index also has cameras on the headset. It's just the cameras are IR cameras that look for the beams from the base stations.
Right, I think that's the normal
but-
model, actually.
Yeah, that was the sort of the traditional way to do it. The Quest has this ability to anchor itself based on just looking at the room, which is cool. But you run into other problems that you did not have before, like, hey, what happens if you put your controllers in such a way that the headset can't see them anymore?
We're not near the ship yet, are we?
I don't think so.
Does the ship actually exist in this game? I thought that like there's just references to it.
Is it? That might be what it is, because I know we don't... I know in universe it eventually leaves because Mossman or whatever is on it.
Right.
I was always under the impression this game takes place like dozens of years after Half-Life 2.
It would have to, I think.
So how can the ship be here? Oh yeah, we got Cave Johnson.
You're here because we want the best, and you are it. So, who's ready to make some science?
I am.
Now, you already met one another on
Yep,
the limo ride
J.K.
over, so
Simmons.
let me introduce myself. I'm Keto.
Doing his
Consummate
best
professional.
Jonas venture.
I own the place. That eager voice you heard is the lovely Carolyn, my assistant. Rest assured, she has transferred your honorarium to the charitable organization of your choice. Isn't that right, Carolyn?
Yes, sir, Mr. Johnson.
I do love the entire conceit.
Here's a postcard, too. Sorry, fellas. She's married. To science.
Of just like having Cave Johnson performing narrations as you move through
No,
the
I mean
facility.
that's its own thing, but I was thinking more just like the Jonas Venture, Walt Disney, you know, future engineer of the world of tomorrow by simply being, this might be one of the few velocity puzzles.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, that's what I assumed.
So it doesn't look like it's a particularly easy one, though. We need to. Because it's not like the other ones were like you'd have the top portal in the same spot and you'd just go through it twice. Oh, okay, that was too much.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to yeet yourself off the other one. Like off the
What
slope
other
bit.
one?
The sloped part.
Yeah.
Oh,
So like
yeah. Okay. I get it. Actually, it's probably won't here and reset though.
pretty much every time you see one of those in this game and you can put a portal on it, you gotta put a portal on it.
Oh yeah. Okay, you go through the logo. I vaguely remember that.
There's 1,000 tests performed every day.
This is also the introduction to one of my favorite running jokes in this section, which is
Pre-recorded messages will
he's addressing various generations of test subjects and the quality of these test subjects and like the circumstances under which they're being tested progress
you helping us test the repulsion gel today.
with the era.
Follow the blue line on the
And Cave Johnson himself becomes like more and more unhinged.
I've got some good news and
And
some
sick.
bad news. Bad news is we're postponing.
I do like how they
the
just
test
made him look like
Good news
a
is
J.K.
we got
Simmons.
a much better test for you. Fighting an army of Mantis Men. Pick up a rifle and follow the yellow line. You'll know when the test starts.
In
Entrepreneur by a salt mine.
in Desk Job, they have a mantis colony, and they slowly
Nice.
become more and more advanced, which is cool.
Was that world building to try to explain the potato thing?
I think so.
So we are in a salt mine in Idaho, which is why potato.
I do like how that's literally the only joke about Idaho is there for potatoes. It's the place where potatoes come from. You grow potatoes
That's also
there.
literally the only thing about Idaho.
They got some
A
nice
weird-looking
lakes.
Weird looking shape
like-
of what? Like the state?
Yeah, the state's weird looking.
Judging on what rubric?
I mean, it's next to a bunch of nice, normal, boxy states, and then you got this weird, long, wiggly thing that gets skinny at the top and fat on the bottom. I don't like it. I don't approve of the shape of Idaho.
I'm not gonna tell you this, but Idaho has more flat sides than either of our states.
I never said my state is a good state. I'm just saying. Also, my state is still like normally shaped. My state is vaguely chicken nugget shaped, which is an acceptable shape. If I got a chicken nugget in the shape of Idaho, I'm throwing that shit out.
So
Everybody
is
go
like
compare
the
what the shape of North
platonic-
Carolina to the shape of Idaho. You tell Chris he's full of
Is
shit.
the platonic ideal of the shape of a state just Colorado then?
Colorado is orderly. It's a square. It's I can
if it were
understand
just,
it.
Yeah, what if it were just a rectangle? I don't know if I need to be going down here or what, but I think I don't want to be going down here. Why would they... Is it that there's no portable surface until I get down here?
Okay, I have a very strong recollection that this is about where I got done for the night. Like the first time I played
On
this.
that day when you
Josh,
and all
please
your
stop
friends
jumping.
got
I'm actually
it.
getting mildly nauseous.
Oh, yeah, okay. We took the elevator all the way up. Now we gotta go all the way back down because there's cement at the bottom. Whoop. Oh, shit! Okay,
You know, I get the sense that Josh hasn't quite grasped this puzzle
You're
somehow.
supposed to fall down it, but... Do not fall
I
down
remember
the
what you're
elevator
supposed to
shaft.
do here.
Okay, so I guess we want to go from here to there, or maybe up there.
You just now you go down. You just go down the elevator. Can you not use the button?
Nope.
Okay, well you could just jump.
Well, I gotta get
Jump
to a
over the
point where I
railing.
can look down the.
Oh yeah. No, hang on. You just jump down there. Or you can do that. Yeah, there you go. That works.
Right. Okay. We need to be able to get here in order to position it correctly.
Right.
I
see.
think. Although I'm not really sure
Okay,
how to
yes,
get back
okay,
down.
I have the solution. Okay, throw a portal from where you're at. Throw the orange portal onto the wall and walk through so you're standing on top of the ramp.
Oh yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. And now you can deposit that there. And now you walk
Okay.
down there until you can
Then-
fall down the elevator shaft, and then you bam.
Yep.
There you go.
This is a remarkably sturdy steel girder bridge.
It's smart that they give you some time away from Glados before they kind of stick you two together.
Yeah, I had totally forgotten that. Like, I thought like she was there from the beginning.
It feels like it, but if you think about it, it's kind of like they need some time for you to get reacclimated to the new area and like sort of do the Cave Johnson stuff. And this game is really good at not distracting you too much from the puzzles, too much with any one thing at a time.
Okay, we need to get up there. Just throw. Yep. I also like how some of the most obvious portable surfaces in this in this section are just bricked over and whitewashed doorways.
I wonder if that came from playtesting, right? Because, like,
They say great science is built
I'll
on the
shut up and let
shoulders of
Cave
giants.
talk.
Not here. At Aperture, we do all our science from scratch. No hand-holding.
I love it.
There's something subtle going on with this character because, like, you should like the conceit of the sort of callous, irresponsible mad scientist that would be responsible for this kind of place. It'd be very easy for this character to be talking, and like you could never interact with him, and you'll never meet him. So it'd be very easy to make this character insufferable, and like for you to just like really grow to like loathe how he's endangering all these people, and like want to be able to in some way like kind of tail him off or show him up the way you do with the robots. But he's long dead, so that's not really on the table.
Or so I'm told.
So what they kind of, the balancing act they kind of take is they do a very good job of making him clearly irresponsible, clearly cavalier with other people's lives, but also like really 100% committed to it himself in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, he does
Like-
snort moon rocks.
Like there's nothing about this that feels like he's taking, I mean he's definitely taking advantage of people, but at the end of the, you get the sense that at the end of the day, he's not really asking anybody to do anything that he wouldn't do himself.
Dietetic pudding substitute. I love that their explanations for every single invention is just absolutely absurd. So this is the... Right, anti-gel. Okay, right, I remember this section now.
Bounce on it again. I'm curious about something. Okay. It's just interesting the musical cues that they're doing.
Yeah. I forgot about those. Wonder why those are there.
It just makes my brain feel good.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
So... Is it...
It's because you preserve bounce
okay,
momentum.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is nice, because it's kind of like you get to retain some of your learnings from the non-bouncy puzzles in the other game and in this game. They're teaching a whole new mechanic in theory, but it's a mechanic that shares a lot of logic and physics with their other mechanics.
Right.
The lab boys just informed me that I should not have mentioned the control group.
Oops.
They're telling me I ought to stop making these pre-recorded messages. That gave me an idea. Make more pre-recorded messages. I pay the bills here, I can talk about the control group all damn day.